going to hold. I hope this holds. Alrighty then. Let's do this. The Lord knows I'm gonna need a second window open. There we go. Alright, there we go. I hope my sound comes through okay. I don't think it's going to. This. Oh boy. Get it going. Lord knows. Discord actually going to work for me on my phone. Or is it going to be a pain in my ass? Most likely going to be a pain in my ass. Crap muffins. Yep. A pain in my ass. That figures. Come on. Why is nothing wanting to work for me this morning? Nothing wants to work. Not a line. Oh, bugger. Why is nothing working this morning? I know everything's perfectly fine. Hello. I apologize. I am not organized this morning at all. Why is nothing working for me? There we go. Hopefully everything will work now. Why is that possible? Yeah. Alrighty. Working. Nothing is working. That is fine. Gotta love it when everything's broken. But, I sincerely hope like my sound and everything's coming through. Let me try talk about first? I don't know. I don't know. So much going on, and I have no idea what to talk about first. Aside from everything being so fucking broken. Well, I just want to say hi, hello, I hope everyone's having a good day. Um, Trying to think. Got a lot going on right now. But yeah, looking. I want to stream to Twitch more, but unfortunately right now it's not very good for me to do that. So I think like if I do live stream, I'm gonna try to live stream here, but I don't know how well that'll turn out, especially with how my system is right now. So as far as live streaming goes, I do apologize. I'm not able to right now. And I'm trying so hard to do these things together. I had all this planned out, and like my brain is so not with it. Woke up this morning to try and edit some footage and found out 7.5 hours of my footage is corrupted. Joyous. So this is gonna be a great morning to try and fix all my footage and find some usable content. That sucks. But I am bringing a couple of games back to the channel. And some of them, like despite their fact they're multiplayer, I'm going to go into solo. Simply for the fact is I have no one to play them with. I don't really, I guess, associate well with other people, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. These are like on a personal note, dealing with what I'm dealing with. It's because like I don't know what days are gonna be good, what days are gonna be bad. I don't know. Like I don't. Also, I'm not using OBS because my computer is 8 years old. It don't run. So, using this so we're that as well. I don't know. I apologize if it seems like I'm really distracted. Honestly, I'm not trying to. I'm just. It's really hard for me to focus at any point in time right now because of everything that's going on. Right now, positive. What's positive now? Positivity going on right now. Positivity. Well, for those of you who like to read, um, I should have my book published by, I'm going to say, mid to late December is when it should be ready. I just need to find an editor and someone who's willing to do artwork for the cover. But aside from that, all you Kindle users and all you people who have Amazon and stuff, I don't, but I'm gonna get one so I can do this. Yeah, all you people who have Kindles, I don't. I have this. This is all I have. I will be using Kindle self-publish. Is it direct self something? It's like Kindle Direct Publish or something. It's for ebooks and stuff. I typically didn't want to go that route. I wanted to, go through like a standard publisher and stuff. But so hopefully if I can get that done. I almost have chapter 2. Yeah. Oh my god. Hello? Fucking telemarketers. Legit, that happens all the time. Anytime I'm recording, it's always a telemarketer. It's never anybody important. Always a fucking telemarketer. But, trying to think. On what you could even do. Games that I know I'm bringing back. I have full intention on bringing back the Dark Souls series. I plan on doing another run through of The Witcher. I beat it on stream, but unfortunately, when I went to try and upload it all to my channel via how they do it, it wouldn't work. So I lost a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna try to go back through. I'm gonna try to do that so that you guys can like get an accurate gameplay of The Witcher 3. Trying to think on what I need to do. Because I can't think right now. I'm also bringing back Monster Hunter World. I was told that people really loved it and stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I have yet to find a recording group for Uno. I mean, unless you guys want to watch me take on AI and randoms. I mean, I can try, but at this point, like, I don't know, because, like, not many people play it, unless, like, you're actually sitting there with a couple of people. I'm like, yeah, I can't get out of here, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But, you know, it's whatever. It's just a bunch of crap. want to try and find, try to find at least something. I don't know if that'll happen. At this point, it's just, I don't know. Like, I really just, I don't know. But, I mean, aside from like that, like I said, I do apologize for not taking the initiative and trying to constantly like upload and constantly give you guys fresh content. Like, I do apologize for that. But at the same time, like, there's not much I can do. I'm trying so hard for certain things, and it's not happening. So, I don't know. But now, I apologize. I'm not very good at speaking in front of the camera. I typically stay away from cameras. Me and cameras, we don't get along well, so I typically stay away from them. But, aside from my book and trying to bring new content to the channel, I don't know how deep this is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. And, like, with things going on at home, it's getting hard. Like, my dad, he's not really being a dad. He never really was. At least not to me. Now, had I been born a boy, my dad would have been more accepting of me. But, I won't get into sexism because my family is very sexist. Along with racist, my family is racist, they're sexist, they're highly political, highly religious, hypocritical of themselves. It's not good here. This past week, my gram and I got into a fight because she said something along the lines of, because I don't work, I don't deserve to eat. And she started like ranting off all these different passages and stuff, and I'm like, and you say you're of this particular faith, but then your actions show a whole other, and you're so hypocritical of yourself. Wow. But I don't really know. I know that the 1 year is coming up soon, and I have absolutely no idea what to do. Aside from things, I'm gonna try to keep plugging along. I'm gonna try to keep doing this and that because things need done. Things need to be where I can get my channel and stuff done and where I can get this on the racks. One thing's for damn sure. I've come this far ever since I came back. I'll be damned if I quit it now. I've come too far to give up. Despite the fact that I want to give up, that I want to lay down and just quit, I can't. I gotta keep going. Maybe eventually maybe within another year or so I'll be able to get out. But I don't know. I really don't. I really just I don't know what is gonna happen, especially with certain holidays coming up. Like I typically don't celebrate the holidays. Those are too painful. But, I know that November is going to be one of the hardest months for me. Simply because of what happened in November. There's that. I don't really know what else to say. I'm gonna try and get Dark Souls 1 because I want Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 is really good. G-Wolf, thank you for the sub. How you doing? See if I can put a chat up here on my phone, because it's obviously not going to show it to me on my screen. So much has gone wrong. There we go. Now I can see chat. And that's the problem there, G-Wolf. I don't know what I have to do. I don't. As far as like recording and this aspect, like gaming and stuff, that's the easy part. It's dealing with the hypocritical family, how they use religion and politics and racism and sexism and all the sorts of bigotry that you can think of. Like, how they use all of that to just belittle me and berate me and treat me like absolute shit. Like, that's what's the difficult part to handle. I'd like to get out of here. I'd like to, get an apartment somewhere, maybe close to you guys. Like, if I could get out, I would. But they sold my car. I'm not able to get a job because I have no car. That and I have scars. And everyone in my county where I live knows my family, knows me, knows things about my past, and they don't want to hire me. So, like, I can't get a standard job because of that. But you know what? I have you guys here on YouTube and on Twitch. And you know what? You guys have been so supportive of me. Like, you guys don't understand, like, how much that means. Like, all the support that you guys have given over the course of this year that I've been doing both platforms. Like, that in itself is so helpful to me. And it helps a lot. If I could have little to no contact with the family, trust me, I'd love that. But that's not possible. Hey, Element. I apologize, I'm not looking directly at the camera, I'm looking down at chat on my phone. It's satisfying. But as you can see by the background, I am in my grandmother's basement where my dad lives. So, for those who don't know, I live with my grandmother and my father. My mother passed away 6 years ago, in November. It'll be 6 years. Oh, that's fine, Element. I'm not all here this morning. Um, but the only time I can really do a live stream like this is when everyone in the household is gone but me, because I get no support from family. Family believes that you should bust your butt in a factory and you should make this and that and that, and that's what they believe. They think this isn't a job. Oh, what light source? It's a really crappy lamp. It's one of those ones that like fold up, and it's really crappy. But it's the only one I have because the ceiling fan light doesn't work because no one's gonna change the damn light bulbs. So there's that. But it's really dark because it's been raining for the past 3 days. So fun. Yeah. I don't know if you'd call that fun. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, come on. And a perfect moment for my phone not to work. And there goes my phone. Everything doesn't want to work this morning. Come on. Give me a moment, chat. I apologize. I've been having so many technical difficulties that it's not funny. But no, Jewel, that's pretty much the standard in this area where I live. 99.9% of the people here are bigots, hypocritical people. That's just how people are in my area. I try not to be. I try to be good. I try to be nice. Oh, the glare? Oh, the curtains are covering it, but they're like really light curtains and there's nothing around. Like, I don't have any blankets laying around down here to put over them, or else I would. Yeah, electronics are evil. It's not. It's really not. So, like I said, I do apologize for the lighting. There's not much I can do. I wish my computer was not so ancient, and I would try to get OBS to work. But since my computer is 8 years old, OBS does not want to work. And I can't really game for my PC when my PC is shit. But when I get out of here, like when I'm finally free of everything that's going on, I do intend on getting a gaming PC getting everything more properly set up. I will still be streaming from console whenever I get out of here, but I'll also be streaming from PC as well. I'll be streaming from both. But it's just one of those things where I don't know when that'll be. I don't know when things are going to happen. But, like, all things aside, like, this year, like, once it hits the 10th of October, it'll be a full year that I've been on this platform, at least. So, I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Because I know that's coming up. I don't know what to do. I mean, if I could get software that would run on my PC, I would do, like, I don't know. Everyone does try not to laugh challenges or try not to cringe or whatever. But I think, I don't know. I might do something like that. Because it is, like, you can ask anyone, it is very hard to truly make me laugh. Like, I can honestly say that I am a stone cold. I am completely stone hearted. I don't laugh as much. So, if I could get my stuff to work within that amount of time, I might do something like that for the 1 year. I don't know. But it really depends. Um, Laughter with me, it really depends on what it is. Like, all of these try not to laugh challenges, I could sit through and not laugh at all. But if I watch someone like, I don't know, someone like Jack in his funny home videos or Mark in his try not to laugh challenges, I laugh. But that's, I don't know, it's either because they're laughing or it's something, but like I can sit through most things and not laugh. Like I am very hard to make laugh. It's very hard to make me laugh. Oh my god! Now my phone's blowing up with stuff. Everyone's blowing up my phone. Where was this a couple hours ago? When you're the first person up, and then everybody else gets up and blows your shit up. Oh boy. But no, for those, probably gonna end up repeating myself a lot. I do apologize for that. For those of you who have Kindle, or for those of you who like to read, coming in December, either mid or late December, closer to the 1st of 2019, I should have my book done and ready to get published. I will be publishing it on, I think it's Kindle Direct Publishing? Maybe? I'll have to relook at things and see what it is, but I will be publishing my book that way. I did want to go direct, but like through a traditional publisher, but in my area, we're little country folk, and our nearest thing to a publisher is the newspaper, and I don't feel like putting my book in the newspaper. So there's that. Anyone who likes sci-fi, I really think you'll like my book. It's definitely not safe for work, so there's that. Also, it's not something you would want a minor to get their hands on. I'll put that there now. Most, like, certain parts of the book, I try to make the book as realistic as I can, but at the same time, there's also parts in the book that are very real, that are very real events that have happened. That, like, I'm not gonna give too much spoilers away, but a lot of what goes on to a couple of the characters is based on what has happened in my past and with a couple of friends of mine and stuff like that. So, like, a lot of it, like, some of it is made up where you can tell, oh, well, this part's fake, but some of it you're not going to be able to tell what the reality is and what is fiction. Unless, of course, you've been paying attention to, like, my vlogs or, like, me saying different things in my videos. Like, then you'd be able to tell what's truth and what's not. But that all depends on how well people pay attention. The only thing I'll be looking for is an editor and someone to do illustrations for the cover. But aside from that, everything else will be roughly solid. Everyone's saying, oh, we're going to be spending $2 to $5 grand looking for this and that and this and that, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, if I were going through a traditional publisher, yeah, I would be. But, nah. I think, like, I don't know. Like, aside from that, I don't really know what to say or do. I'm gonna try and bring new content to the channel. Like, once I get off here and I get some stuff done, I'm going to go think today it's Monster Hunter World, actually. I think that's what is the start of today's list. Because I re-downloaded it, but I didn't restart anything, so it's where I saved off last time. So, yeah. Thinking I'm gonna start with that. I keep wanting to get people for Uno, but like all my friends are like, "Oh, well, it's just a boring card game." I'm like, have you ever seen people rage when they get +4 into Oblivion? That shit's funny. But, but I'm gonna keep trying to look for a group for Uno because I really want to play Uno with people. I want to watch people get +4 into Oblivion because that's funny. I mean, they have Monopoly on PS4 as well, which I'm thinking about getting because Monopoly and Uno are like the two biggest friendship breakers, and those games are so salt filled that it's not funny. I'm gonna try to get some Gang Beast stuff, but like the typical people I play Gang Beast with have school, so like they're not able to record like I am. So I don't know if I'll get more Gang Beast footage or if not. I'm gonna shoot for it and we're gonna try and see what happens. I know I'm gonna try and bring Dark Souls back if I can. I know people really like Dark Souls, and despite how broken the game is, I do want to get Dark Souls 1, despite how broken it is. I never finished Dark Souls 1. So, yeah, we're gonna try that, and then if I can, I'm going to. I know I want to get a PO box set up eventually here soon because I know that there are people who have said that they want to send me stuff, but I can't have stuff sent to this address because my grandma will get into it. They've done it before where they've gotten into stuff that people have sent me, and I can't allow that to happen again. So I'm gonna try and get a PO box set up so that if that would be something you guys want to do, like for the holidays, and like I send cards out, even though like I'm not a religious person, I do send cards out to people. So I mean, if that's something like you guys would be interested in, I mean, I can try to get one set up here soon. It's just a whole lot of like talking to my father and trying to get everything past my grandmother at this point. Like, my father, he's not totally against me doing this, but he says to me, well, you should be doing something else until this takes off. I'm like, yeah, but no car. Everyone in my county is friends with you guys, and everyone doesn't want someone who tried to kill themselves and who's depressed all the time working for them. I've asked these people, and no one wants that at their place of business. So, like, he's just gonna have to, like, accept that that is not going to be a viable option for me to do that while I'm doing this. It's not a viable option for me. I mean, if I can get stuff rolling, like with my book, and if I can get everyone off my back about this and that, that would be okay. But at this point, it's just, you know, I had wanted to go to PAX this year, PAX West, because a couple of the YouTubers that I wanted to meet were going to be there, but I never got to go. So, well, there's always next year for PAX West. I mean, despite the fact PAX East is closer, it's just like PAX. Let's see, PAX East is in Boston, and from me, that's about. I'm gonna say 10, 12-hour car ride, maybe. But that's that. Um, Personally, I'd love to get off the East Coast, go travel the country, see what the country has to offer. But I don't know. But uh, trying to think. I know that a couple people have said some things. They're wondering, like, are you okay? This and that. Physically, yes, I'm okay. But up here, no, I'm not. Every day it's a constant struggle of, do I want to lay down and die? Or do I want to get up and try to trug through life? But at this point, it's like, I look at how far I've come, not just with the YouTube channel within the year that I've had it. Well, almost a year. I'm a month off. But, and like the almost year that I've been on Twitch, it's like I said, like the support that you guys have shown on both platforms, and like not just that, and when I was able to stream to Twitch, but like when I post on Twitter about different things that are going on, like with family or different things that happen, or it's just the minor things. Like you guys show so much support, and in the Discord as well. For those who are in the Discord, um, like you guys have made this year extremely bearable. through all the support that you guys have shown. Life is so much, it's not better, but it's tolerable. Like, I'm able to try to move on. I'm slowly overcoming certain hurdles. Also, with my 1 year comes, it's been 1 year since I've been completely clean of everything that I did last year. I won't go into too much detail, but see, last year when I left my ex back in February, see, my ex-fiance was real thick. He abused me in a lot of ways. I wound up hooking up with a friend of mine who said that, quote unquote, he was going to help me get on my feet again. Well, that turned out to be a lie. I ended up becoming a addict. I won't say of what, but I ended up ODing a couple of times. And then the 4th of July came around, and I was at work. I had just gotten off work, and I ended up bumping into someone who needed some stuff, so I took him back to the room where I was staying, and I ended up getting really badly hurt. Woke up next morning, not really remembering much. Called off work and got an ambulance ride to the mental hospital, where they kept me for 5 days. And they released me, put me on a bunch of different medications, which, you know, everyone's different. For some people, medication works. For some people, it don't. And if you can clearly see that the medication doesn't work, don't force it on people. That's just dumb. I ended up going through 6 different counselors because no one would fucking listen. Oh, the meds were terrible. Because a little bit of history about both my father and my late mother, both of them were addicts. And I told people, don't give me medication of any kind, because, well, lo and behold, yeah, meds are just, see, my opinion about meds and pharma companies, they create patients, they don't create cures. That's my opinion on medication. See, the meds they gave me, everyone said, oh, well, you can't get hooked on that particular medication because that's not what it's designed to do. But you look at medications like Oxy or Vike or Ritalin, you look at all these different medications and they say they're not addictive to a degree. But there again, we have this huge problem, and well, there's that. But that's a topic I won't get into. I prefer to keep certain opinions to myself, just for sake of, I don't want to kill my brain cells. But whenever, like around the time I started my YouTube channel, not only was I taking psychiatric meds, but I was also doing a few other choice things, and I had started to drink again, and I started smoking again, which landed me in the ER because I had OD'd again for about the 8th time since I had went into the mental hospital the first time. And they pretty much told me that, you know what, you're not going to learn. So they called my family, and well, that was a crapshoot and a half. My dad came down and told the one therapist who was talking to me, he said to the therapist, there's no room for a girl like her who's decided to cut herself up and die. The therapist didn't escort him out of the room. The therapist didn't do anything but laugh, because the therapist thought it was funny that my father had said something like this. I'm like, you're not a very good therapist, are you? Of course, I didn't say nothing. I couldn't, because I was so far out of it. And they had me on 4 different IV drips because I was so far out of it, and they were trying to keep me awake. Yeah. But when I was finally able to get out of the hospital, my family sold my car where I was staying. They sold it to the guy that owned the motel where I was staying, because they thought, oh, well, someone there could use it. I'm like, okay. But I lost a good majority of my stuff because of it. What I came back with, well, I've got my system, my computer, and a few of my things that I've had since I was a kid. But aside from that, like, everything else is gone. I came back here, I think it was, I think it was either the day before Halloween or it was the day of Halloween that I came back. But yeah, I mean, I've been through worse than what I've been through last year, but like last year takes the cake. Yeah, a lot of therapists do ignore certain things. Most therapists that I've noticed, and this isn't all of them, there are a few that are like really good therapists, but like, most of them like really do ignore certain things, and it's just, but yeah, there's that. Uh, trying to think. There's so much that I want to tell you guys like everything, but at the same time, I feel that if I do, like YouTube's gonna like demonetize me and like rip my channel down. So I won't get into that sort of thing. I try and I try to, well, I try to be good to me, but there in itself is the hard thing. Like, what is being good to myself? For me, most days it's just me waking up, eating breakfast, coming down here to hide from an 86-year-old lady who thinks it's funny to berate you and be a hypocritical Christian. But, you know, that's just my life. Um, at this point, you know, despite everything, the one thing that's going to remain a constant is my ability to try and upload content, try to get stuff done so that, you know, eventually I'll be able to get out. I mean, if we hit 100, yay, we hit 100. Like, I suck at showing emotion, so please forgive me on that. But if we hit 100 and we stay at 100, okay. That's all the bigger I was meant to be. But if, like next year, like the coming year, we hit that, and then we grow even bigger, like say the next 2 years we hit, I don't know, like 250 or 300. Holy crap. But okay. There's no way I'll be Markiplier status or Jack status. Like, I'll never be that big, and that's perfectly fine with me. The one thing that I built, that I want to build this community for, and I want the Dragon's Den to be remembered for, is that in this place, no matter what background you come from, no matter what race, what religion, no matter what walk of life you come from, like if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're like me with mental health problems, or if you're like an army vet who comes and watches and hangs out with us, no matter what or who you are in life, the Dragon's Den is a place where you can come and feel welcome, where you don't have to be afraid to like you don't have to be afraid to address what's going on in your life. You can be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Would someone be kind enough to listen, or like I'm always around. Like even if I don't pop up in the Discord or if I don't post on Twitter, like I'm always around somewhere. It's just how I am. I'm always lurking. I'm always watching like everything happen. And if someone ever needs talking to, like I'm always there. My DMs are always open. If people like want to talk about things or get things off their chest, or like I'm always down for that. That's just me though. I'm just a very kind person that always gets fucked over. But oh well. Now, I should probably get off here and get some stuff done. Even though if I do things, I don't get crap recognition. Oh well. But I'm gonna try to get some more content uploaded and ready to go. I have 7.5 hours of Dead by Daylight footage that got corrupted, so I'm shifting through it and looking through it to see what's salvageable and what's not. Um, I'll be recording Monster Hunter tonight. I'm going to try and record some Warframe. I don't know what I'm going to record in Warframe, but I'm going to try. If there's anything specific that you guys want to see in certain games, let me know. As far as Uno, I don't know, because I can't get a group together. The Dark Souls series and Bloodborne, I will bring back here soon. I'm going to try anyway. I see that Destiny 2 is free right now on PSN, so I might try Destiny 2. I might. Don't know. I do know eventually I'm gonna bring the Assassin's Creed series to the channel, because I know a lot of people have been telling me, oh, well, you're good at this, you should try the Assassin's Creed series, you might like it. I'm like, okay. But any game suggestions you guys have, let me know, whether it's on Twitter or Discord. Or, if you guys have suggestions, I will put my business email in the link, in the description of this video as soon as I'm done. And if you guys have any suggestions for like games or suggestions for what you guys would like to see out of the 1 year thing, I will take all of them into consideration, and I will keep everybody updated as best I can. I'm gonna try and get that P.O. box. I gotta talk to my dad. He has not been home because of the massive hurricane that's supposed to hit the East Coast here relatively soon. So, hooray! Yeah. But anyone who's in the path of that hurricane, please be safe. Please don't do anything dumb. Don't drive across high water. Bye!